We need strong borders. Drugs are pouring in through the border. We have no country if we have no border. They want strong borders. They feel we have to have strong borders. We need the wall.
One suspect was responsible for 25
These 10
murders.
cases are connected to young migrant suspects.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
Officials are bracing for a rise in border crossings.
The number of people crossing illegally into America this past year has been staggering.
Protections show over 9 million encountered by border agents since Joe Biden took office.
Nearly 250,000 encountered by the US border officials in November.
This is way beyond the number of people Border Patrol have the capacity to handle.
The president's border policies have allowed 8 million people to come into our country.
The city's shelter system stretched past its capacity. More migrants in city shelters than homeless Americans.
We're getting 10,000 migrants a month.
Some of the nation's biggest cities struggle to cope with the huge influx who have arrived.
People from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border.
Christ is spilling into the largest school system in America. 20,000 new students from families seeking asylum.
When do citizens of the United States of America come first?
You are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am.
When you're dealing with terrorist threats.
NYPD statistics show
legal immigrants actually assaulting 11-year-old girls.
The children are so close to it. Our kids supposed to be here and feeling safe.
They don't have enough infrastructure to respond.
No one's giving me free food. No one's giving me free housing.
This issue will destroy New York City.
Young children that were just brought in by Border Patrol after they called 911 because they were potentially make their way through their streets.
Border agents so backed up, they're taking migrants to Tucson, where they're processed.
And her body was found naked and beaten.
Not having control at the border is insanity.
And while the Democrats make their case in Chicago, former President Trump is headed to the U.S.-Mexico border today. The Trump campaign has long seen immigration as a winning issue, and Trump's expected to drive that point home this afternoon at an event near the border in Arizona.
A little weather on the west coast of Florida, yeah, so we're going to have to zigzag into that. Sorry. Okay, ready. Do it.
Do it. Just hours from now, former President Donald Trump plans to make this campaign stop in Arizona, highlighting the border. The latest border data showing just over 104,000 encounters along the southern border for the month of July. Former President Trump and Senator Vance say Vice President Harris has had no greater failure than her handling of the border. They claim she's helped keep the borders wide open, leading to fentanyl coming in.
Focusing on immigration, a key issue for him.
Republicans have been polling better than Democrats on immigration throughout this election season. The Trump campaign has long seen immigration as a winning issue, and Trump's expected to drive that point home this afternoon at an event near the border in Arizona.
Ready to go, yeah. Ready to rock and roll.
Communities like this are being overrun by what he calls an unprecedented invasion. There are only 2 major roads passing through the small city. And deputies say all too often, smugglers turn them into dangerous corridors.
What you need is the proper policies to stop the flow. And how do you do that? You have real consequences. Right now, there's no consequences.
The cartel strictly controls who comes across the border. The border isn't about immigration, it's about smuggling. It's a business, and it's a big business.
We are hearing from the family of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary. She was found dead in a bayou earlier this week.
Her body was found in a shallow creek.
She's so young. You took my baby away.
Immigration authorities say the suspects crossed the border illegally earlier this year and were released into the U.S. by the Border Patrol. her mother is devastated.
Nobody deserves to lose a child. No one deserves to bury their child.
Coming down to Cochise County and taking a look at our border, and it really highlights where we're sitting with our border issues, I think, today. His support, being the only candidate in this race that's going to help us secure that border, stop our border crimes, and seeing what we're coming across is absolutely a blissful thing to have come down here to Cochise County.
Thank you so much for coming to our county.
I'm going to just crank it out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, I should say, and more importantly, Truth Social. Big day today. We have everything. We'll tie everything together. We'll stream everything live all over the place via Rumble, via Truth Social. All over the place, you'll see it. We'll get the message out one way or another. We've got TikTok going on over there as well. Today's a really big day, and you're going to see a big difference in relation to what this man can do, as opposed to the border czar who hasn't been here once.
We've not seen Kamala Harris come down to the border down here in Cochise County. 0 is the answer.
What do you think? Beautiful day. Ready?
Oh yeah, always ready.
How you feeling, sir?
Good, big day.
God bless. I love it. I will, but just let me give it to my guy. Give that to me.
Thank you, and we're praying for you, Mr. President. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Live streaming hasn't really ever taken off. I think at the border, if we're set up correctly, we should expose it to people that haven't seen it, especially on TikTok, Instagram, all the rest. That's where eyeballs are. If we can get a younger subset of individuals to watch it, I think everyone wins. They get to see the truth that President Trump gets to display in a way that's formatted for this generation. So I think it's important that we do it, and especially something like this on the border. There's so much insight that I think needs to happen, and we just haven't seen it.
Oh, these suckers are heavy, huh? No wonder you're so strong.
When the Biden administration took over, construction stopped. Steel border wall bollards are left in stacks.
I just think it's foolish to leave this project just as it is.
Construction equipment is still on site. Deep trenches are dug out. The sheriff might describe this little section of Trump wall as overkill.
How do you like that? The DNC convention helped Trump. Pretty good, huh? He went up 2 points at independents, 11 overall. Of course, you know, there's always the hidden Trump voter, so he's probably up a lot.
Strong numbers, strong numbers.
Nice news from the legal front. U.S. Supreme Court just said that they're going to accept our appeal from Arizona on the only American citizens can vote case. So more details to come. That's good news.
You can't get tired of too much winning, you know? Just keep on winning.
Yes.
Has he visited this spot before?
You see, the wall makes the difference, you know?
I'm asking Jason why he has a blazer on. Because he's dapper all the time.
It's a lot of wall up there we built. And if you look at the top, that's where they stopped. When Biden and Harris came in, that's where they stopped, and that's how they get in. They can't come in here. This was all done to the specifications of the Border Patrol and ice and everybody else. It's an anti-climb panel on top. It makes it very hard to climb. I was never in love with it architecturally until I saw the fact that nobody could climb over it. Without it, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. So the anti-climb panel on top was a big deal. So there's your wall, and it ended right there. And it was a simple completion from one side to the next. They left it open, and massive numbers of drugs are pouring because the walls work. And if they win, there's no border. We'll have 100 million people come in from the rest of the world, not just South America. They're coming from 168 different countries. 168 different countries, many of them from prisons. 168 countries. Wow.
No way to vet them correctly, because if they're not within our record...
No, you can't. You can't
no
vet.
ways.
How do you vet 168 countries? Countries you've never even heard of. Countries even the fake news has never heard of. I mean, can you believe it? We built hundreds of miles of wall. All they had to do was put it up. They could have had it completed in 3 weeks, but they said, let's have open borders. All I can say is we're going to stop it in the future for other people. Put it on. Put it on. Right under our flag. We're going to bring our country back. We're going to be proud of it again. We're not going to be burning our flags. See the flags all burning in Chicago. They're burning flags all over the place. We're going to be proud of it again. Very sad time for this country in many ways. Jocelyn was a 12-year-old girl from Houston whose life was stolen by 2 criminal illegals.
June 17th was the day her life was taken. So now I have to go through the rest of my life with my son, always asking for his sister. I just really, really, really want everybody to please take into consideration how important border control is, because we're losing very innocent people to heinous crimes that shouldn't be happening in the first place. And please, help him make a change. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't feel like I belong on the stage with the folks here, since I seem to have gotten off kind of easy with just a fractured skull. I didn't lose loved ones, but it was a nice neighborhood. You wouldn't expect broad daylight for something violent to happen to you. They were laughing as they fractured my skull. It was kind of a wake-up moment for me, and I moved out of San Francisco because I didn't feel safe there. And I don't think our country is going to be safe under Kamala Harris. It's amazing to meet him in person, and the powerful stories, hearing those today, and seeing the border wall, and knowing what's going on down here and in this country. I really, really hope he gets reelected, because I fear for our future if that doesn't happen.
There is an intense manhunt underway right now for a man who they believe has made threats against the former president. Now, it comes a little over a month since the assassination attempt on Trump's life.
They told me the airport. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you. Sir, I think you're going nuts with Mr. President. I think you have an interview with Fox over there.
Oh, I don't think we should be doing it. It's very dangerous. They want me to do an interview.
You have 3
They're saying it's very dangerous. They were just telling me you shouldn't be standing out there. Should I be doing an interview here?
It's safe where they have positions.
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm asking these guys. It's safe in here. Is it okay? Yeah.
Despite the danger, Donald Trump went ahead with his event and commented on the manhunt, saying this.
So I think we should come to me.
Okay, can I just really quickly ask you a question?
Yes.
Questions I appreciate so much. As you know, a manhunt is currently underway in Cochise County, where we are standing. And it's for a man who the sheriff's department says was threatening.
I have to do my job. It's a job. It's a dangerous job, but I have to do my job. This is so sad, but this border is so dangerous. It's so bad and so horrible to people. They're losing children, wives and husbands, and it's just a horrible thing. And we can stop it. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
We're in danger standing here talking, so let's not talk any longer. No, I know about it, but they don't want me standing here. They don't want you standing here either. Have a good time.
It's awesome.
V for victory.
Great day. It's very sad what happened with the families, but overall, really good day to bring awareness to the border, something that the current administration hasn't done. Very powerful day.
Michael, the chairman set.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to leave the bacon out here?
This gentleman's going to take him to the FBO.
Oh, perfect. Okay, secure that election.
I owe you again. I owe you. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Doing okay?
Absolutely.
That was some trip to the border, wasn't it?
It was. You had people after you?
I had a lot of people after me, and it's a dangerous job being president. Thank you.
We'll see you tonight at Kamala's speech. Thank you, sir.
What is the main problem with NABJ inviting Donald Trump to be interviewed tomorrow at the conference in Chicago?
You're here at the National Association of Black Journalists.
Got some cast of characters coming today. Like,
I see, yeah, should be.
Nervous at all, or just kind of your usual thing?
Well, I guess, there's some stuff to be nervous about whenever you have certain people around, but I'm just interested to see how it plays out, honestly.
Please roll on this because y'all with the Trump team. We just witnessed your candidate lie considerably to this audience.
Has now gone to a place that was pretty hostile.
ABC News senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott.
You're talking to a life member. You're talking to a Hall of Famer.
Kadia Goba.
You're talking to a Journalist of the Year.
And Harris Faulkner.
You had some hostility behind the scenes.
So let me be real clear. At the outset, Donald Trump insulted Rachel Scott in our house.
Good afternoon, NABJ, and welcome to a conversation with former President Donald Trump. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You have told 4 congresswomen of color to go back to where they came from. You've attacked black journalists. Questions they ask are stupid and racist, calling them a loser, dinner with a white supremacist. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Come on now. Way to go, Rachel. Way to go, Rachel.
I know exactly who that man is. He said that he was going to do this on Twitter. He was there giving hand signals to the people on stage.
At the outset, Donald Trump insulted Rachel Scott.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network. I think it's a very rude introduction. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent was going to be here.
We just witnessed your candidate lie considerably.
My opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. I think it's a very nasty question.
I think that Rachel Scott was completely unprofessional and out of line with how she handled the former president of the United States.
To start off a question and answer period in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
They have already created this environment that's very adversarial against Republicans, against MAGA people, against the president, so I expect it.
Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't.
Why come here? What is your message today?
My message is to stop people from invading our country. The black population is affected most by that, and Kamala is allowing it to happen. She's the border czar. They're taking black jobs and Hispanic jobs, and frankly, they're taking union jobs.
He came here to purposely try to mess up the interview because he was upset that he wasn't chosen to be on the stage.
If you're going to be a journalist, you have to be with a media entity. I'm talking. No, excuse me. I'm talking. I can have you removed. No, do not touch me. Don't touch me. I'm done with you.
I'm trying to shake your hand.
No, actually, I don't want to shake your hand. I don't know you, and I actually have no interest in talking to you any further. What's your point?
We're exactly 2 weeks to the date of tragic assassination attempt in Butler. And the president is here to speak to people that support Bitcoin. What brings you to Bitcoin conference?
By default, I'm just kind of in this tech world. By default, I don't know shit about it. But I bought some, and when Trump told me it's the new black oil, I'm like, fuck, I better get some of that shit.
Now he's at this largely religious event, Christians.
He is able and desires to reach different people groups with all these different opportunities. He understands the image of God in all people. We are all image bearers, no matter what we look like, no matter the socioeconomic standing.
Oh, Peter, come on, Peter. You offended.
Yeah, say bye. See you soon.
How the hell did you luck out like that? You get in the middle, darling. Not only does the president support Bitcoin, this man is willing to open his mind and learn and engage with people at any level.
Minutes ago, those gentlemen on stage introduced him. The president didn't walk out. We've talked to some local police, and they say there were 2 people that evaded the metal detectors. The security's very high right now. There's a lot happening backstage, always.
If they can come for me, and if they can come for Donald Trump, be careful, they will come for you.
So the danger here, it actually took Democrat control of all 3 branches of our government to put me in prison. Legislative branch, House of Representatives, held me in contempt on a straight party line vote, Democrat. Democrat Attorney General Merrick Garland indicted and prosecuted me, woke D.C. jury an inevitable guilty verdict. If we don't control our government, their government will control us. That was the message. It's all been figurative bullets before this. Now they fired that literal bullet. We're going to put him in prison if we lose this election. I have no doubt about that. They will put Donald Trump in prison.
And he fights like nobody I've ever seen, and he likes to win. I want that on my team. And that's called Team America.
Secret Service just told me, sir, we'd like a little more time. I said, you take all the time you want.
I mean, Trump changed the face of the Republican Party.
I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be done.
Do you know that Christians do not vote proportionately? They don't vote like they should. They're not big voters. If you don't vote, we're not going to win the election. If you do vote, we're going to win in a landslide. Get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. I know it. I've seen the best singers in the world. They don't have it. They never make it. This guy's got it. And if he's taking it for America, which he is, I'm fucking all in. And again, Christians, get out and vote.
You're sitting here looking at the teleprompter, and it's a vintage speech because he goes about 3 lines on the teleprompter, and then he just vamps, and it's beautiful.
Ronald Reagan felt that. I felt that. Many people feel that. And
on stage, if something goes wrong, it's the microphone or the lights or the teleprompter, he's not shy about it. Everyone knows, right? The entire arena knows. How much pressure is that on you?
It's a lot of pressure. Before I started with him, I told myself, I'm not voting this year. I don't like, either the candidates. And he wasn't a fan of prompter. I remember one of the worst ones was at a rally during 2016. It was an airplane rally. And I thought everything was fine. He was ad-libbing like normal, off and on. Nothing was wrong. I got back onto his plane first. He sees me and he just locks eyes with me and he's like, what happened, Gabe? Like the prompter was in and out. Sometimes I had to talk circles and for 5-10 minutes at a time. And sir, I have no idea what happened. We'll get to the bottom of it. We'll figure it out. And the problem was it was a faulty cable. At the next site, I remember he was on the catwalk and he turns and he just asks, hey, Gabe, is everything okay? Got up, I walked up to him and I looked at him like, sir, I don't make the same mistake twice. He nodded and he walked off. And I think he appreciated that. At least he appreciates people when they try their best. Coming in, all I had to go off was the media and what the media had to say about him going into 2016. And I ended up working with him, and in that very short time, he kind of changed my mind based on how he treated people behind the scenes and how he worked with people. It really opened my mind. I was like, this is not the same guy that the media is making him out to be.
I know for a fact when he comes in the room, one of the first places he goes, he wants to see you there. Makes him feel better, you can tell. And we see how it works with the teleprompter and the speech. He comes in usually and he reads the speech that the speechwriter gives him, and he's got changes, right? Because he puts things in his own words. That's Donald Trump.
He always adds his personal touch to the speech.
You're fired. Get out of here. Get out. Get the hell out of here, Kamala.
But even when he's on stage, he still is kind of ad-libbing all the time, going around.
I think you can see I've recovered well, and in fact, just took off the last bandage off of my ear.
No one's perfect, but as long as you do your best, he's happy.
This is the finale. You see how the rhythms of the speech at the end, the cadences, he gets faster. It's beautiful.
Great job, Mr. President. Great job as always. Very good. Excellent.
That was a good one. That was
very, very good. By the way, Fox took almost the entire thing.
I hope they got the last one.
No, they went to some other.
They always do.
I know they don't.
They are so bad.
Yeah, they really.
They'll cut out like 20 minutes. That's the best part.
That's right.
Great job. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Great job.
That's a great man. And they almost got him.
.15 p.m. at Mar-a-Lago. The X Spaces begins with President Trump and Elon through that door in just a moment.
And later today, former President Donald Trump is expected to have a sit-down interview with X owner Elon Musk.
Streaming a live interview on Musk's social media platform X tonight.
The boss is going to be sitting here for the stream, and she's going to have one phone. There's no cellular on it, it's just Wi-Fi, and the only app that's on it is X. And then we're going to have a projector so the boss and the whole team can observe it as it's happening. And then it's just going to go off seamlessly without any problems. And we're just going to break the internet and make America great again.
Checking things out, making sure things are working properly, and seems like they are.
Do we want to just have X up just we can test it out?
Sure. Everything looks like it's good to go, so, you know.
We're all set here. We've done some testing. The whole setup, the configuration's good to go, and President Trump's going to come down. Then at 7:44, we will launch a space from his account, and then shortly after add Elon as a speaker and then co-host.
In an ideal world, you'll have like a stream where it's Elon Musk and then the boss, like right there.
Okay.
And it'll just be the two of them.
Okay.
And if the internet.
So this is being streamed?
Yep.
Does anyone have any questions for Evan?
Are you ready to break the internet?
We hope not.
Make it happen.
I think we're good. So
let's see what happens, right?
Let's see what happens.
And if we break the internet, we'll break the internet.
Much anticipated interview of Donald Trump on the social media platform X, hit by major technical problems.
They tested this on 8 million users.
But you get 30 million people before we start. That's not easy.
But there's a lot of opposition to people hearing what President Trump has to say.
President Trump was in a 3-on-1 cage match.
President Trump, please.
President Trump, we have to move on.
Lots of VNet and Jason Miller would like to see right now.
There are several issues.
Yeah. There's a huge fucking problem.
Yeah, we complain about the media, but tonight we saw the reason why.